What is up guys, TSD reviews and stuff, back here with another video, and today I will be doing a quick long-term review on the Logitech M570 Trackball mouse. Uh, so I bought this like around last year, I would say in around October or November somewhere. I got this mouse from Amazon.com, so it costed me around 35 US dollars. But now the actual price is 38.65 US dollars for the newest one, which is like completely new genuine product. And the lowest you can get for, I guess, around $20 would be for a used one, but I really don't recommend going for that. Go for a new one. I think the price is more reasonable. So I got my notes here just to refer to it. So if you're living in India, where like I live, this will cost you around 8,000 rupees on Amazon.in, which I feel is very expensive. Now, if we do the math, if we do the conversion from US dollars to INR, this will cost you like for $38.65. That's roughly 4,000 rupees. Whereas you're getting this mouse, no, actually not even 4,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees. Whereas if you buy this mouse in India, you will get it for 8,000 rupees. That's basically a difference of 5,000 rupees, which I feel is quite big. So yeah, if I won't recommend buying this at that price. If you find it at a sale, go ahead, get it. And by the way, festival season is coming, is on around the corner, so you are pretty much at a good situation where you can actually get the mouse at a much cheaper price when the sale starts. So I'll be dividing this review in the form of two opinions of mine. One is the good and the other one is not so good. So first off, let's just start talking about the build quality. Now the build quality of this mouse is all plastic and it doesn't feel that premium obviously, but trust me when I say this, the build quality doesn't matter here because you won't be moving the mouse like the regular traditional mouse. You don't have to move it around like on the mat. You're going to be using the trackball. So I'll be talking more about this in the later part of the video. And by the way, this trackball is of a pretty good quality. It is heavy and you can feel the weight, and it doesn't feel like a hollow like sphere. It feels like a solid sphere, which is a good thing. And now let's talk about the comfort. So personally, I feel that this mouse is very comfortable. So probably that is due to my large hands, because I don't have to reach all the way just to get my thumb in contact with the trackball. So if you have smaller hands, yeah, you might not like the size of this mouse. Like personally, it just my palm just rests on this mouse, which I feel is very comfortable. So people with medium to large hands, I feel you are going to really love this mouse. It is super comfortable, no issues with it at all. And yes, another thing. So uh, adding to the comfort, you don't need a mouse pad for this. You can use it anywhere you want on any surface. Hell, if you want to push things further, you can even use it in air. I mean, that may not sound practical, but actually it is there. So if you want to test it, go ahead, you can. So now let's just talk about the features that you get with this mouse. Now, just like before, we can even say this mouse has a Logitech unifying receiver, which is basically a USB-A dongle, which you can attach it to a PC or any just a hub where like you can use it, which basically maintains the connection between the mouse and the PC. So that is that, and also it has a slot inside the mouse where it neatly tucks into it. That is where you find the Logitech unifying receiver once you first open up the product. So another thing when it comes to the feature, the Logitech trackball has kind of a sensor which is inside, which basically tracks the movement of the cursor with respect to the movement of the trackball. So And another thing is that if you're using this mouse and you're a content creator, this mouse is actually a boon for you. This is a game changer completely, in my opinion. It just makes your work so much more easier, and trust me, it'll really change your life. However, I can't see the same for gamers because for gamers you are going to get this comfort at the cost of your. So when you're playing FPS games, you will notice that you are having difficulty in aiming. Like especially if you play games like Fortnite, Call of Duty, or PUBG, or any game of that sort where you have to aim, and aiming is your main thing. And if you really are interested in that, I mean, I won't recommend this mouse like at all. Then you are better off with the traditional mice. um, so you don't need like you don't need wireless mouse for that. You can even use it with a wired mouse if you want to save costs and maintain that low latency. So yeah, for gamers I would recommend going with the traditional mouse with the sensor right below it. So that is that. So another feature of this is that this mouse has an advertised battery life of over 18 months, which is actually pretty good. So I mean, that is a pretty good battery life in my opinion. And like it runs on just one AA battery, which is insane. Like it runs on a single battery and gives you an 18 month of battery life, which is insane in my opinion. And another thing that the mouse has is the forward and the back button, which will help you navigate through web pages or even scrolling through your different pages on a Word document. So, but personally, I don't use it. I mean, I'm pretty much fine with the scrolling. So these buttons I never use on any mouse. And another thing that this mouse has is the 30 feet of wireless connection range. So 30 feet sounds a bit excessive because you don't need to sit 30 feet. Obviously, you're not going to sit 30 feet away from the monitor. That's not practical at all. But if you want to, yeah, you can with this mouse. But I personally won't recommend you doing that. Another thing is, if you want to clean the mouse, the simple thing is you can just pop the trackball out of here like that, and then you can just clean the sensor inside, which is a good thing because this mouse will collect a lot of dust inside, so you might have to clean this at least once in a week. Now, all the things I've said are pretty much positive about this mouse, but there is one thing that really makes me wonder, like like why does it even exist? And that thought comes because of one thing, and that is the sensor. Now the sensor inside, as much as I love the way this mouse works, it has given me a hell lot of problem when it comes to you know um, when it comes to consistency. This mouse, the cursor lags so many times. I have no idea why it does that. I think that because there's some defect in the sensor or something like that. It started like within a few months of using it, and I wasn't really happy about that. I tried various things, tried reinstalling the drivers, but it didn't work until I realized it's not even a software problem. I thought it was a software problem, but it did not. Now how I realized it was not a software problem was because like if I run any heavy application like DaVinci Resolve, that's what application I use for video editing, and um, the moment I use that thing, the mouse starts lagging, and the cursor starts lagging, and even when I use it for like an hour, it starts lagging. So I just lifted the mouse like that in the air, upside down, and then I used the trackball, and guess what? The cursor started working so super smoothly, like no issues with it at all. But when you use it like this, you get it just lags. I really don't know why that is. That's definite. That probably that is because of the sensor. But what caused it? Well, a few things come in my mind. The first thing is the manufacturing defect probably. It's not just not me, but many people suffered through the same issues, and some were even saying that the buttons, the right and left click buttons, weren't working like after a year. So I'm kind of worried about that. But the second thing that comes into my mind is the poor reputation of Logitech when it comes to quality control. Now, I am not saying this because I have used all the products. I haven't used all the products of Logitech. I've just used this mouse and another keyboard. The keyboard worked perfectly fine, but the mouse is not. But when I searched mechanical keyboards on Amazon and I went through all the reviews, the people were saying on Amazon, they were very critical because the key stopped working after a while. And that is not just with the keyboard, that is with all sorts of mice, um, those accessories for a computer. Listen, I think Logitech really needs to do something about this. I mean, this stuff is great, and like for example, this mouse is great, but this issue of quality control, if it exists, then they have to look into it. I mean, this is going to cost them heavily, and many people are quite angry with Logitech because of the fact that their product stopped working after a year or something. So that is one issue that comes in your thought while before purchasing any Logitech product. So that is one thing you really have to keep in mind before buying this. However, if you, let's say, if the mouse is on sale and you can afford it, well, and you're ready to gamble because quality is going to be a gamble with this. There are good chances that you will get a product that is defective and vice versa. So if you really if you're ready to gamble and you want this mouse and want something that is going to change your life, then get this mouse. Or if you want a secondary mouse, for video editing and for the rest of the time you use your traditional mouse, then again get this mouse. But if you're not ready to waste your money on like this, you want to you purchase a product which you are confident about, then I wouldn't recommend you going for this mouse. But like overall, I feel that this mouse is incredible. It has made my life so much easier in doing stuff that I couldn't do with a regular mouse. Um, Especially in video editing, when scrolling through the whole clip, this with the traditional mouse you have to just drag the mouse on the mouse pad here again and again just to reach to that specific point, whereas with the trackball you don't need to because you're basically using your thumb. You can swipe them as many times as you want and you can easily reach it to your specific point that you want to reach. So this stuff like this really made my life easy while using this mouse. And for like regular users who wanted very smooth scrolling and navigation experience, I would recommend this mouse for you, provided if you're ready to gamble with quality, because there are good chances you may not get the same quality as you thought. But like if you want the mouse and you really are in a dire need of a new mouse that will replace a traditional mouse, you can get this. Or there are other different types of designs of trackballs which you can get it on Amazon. But personally, I'm not exactly sure about the quality because I've never heard of those brands. But if you're ready to take a look at them, go ahead. They might be helpful. So overall, this is all about this mouse. It's though if you keep the negatives aside, the mouse is insane. Like it is a really capable mouse, and if you're looking for something which will help you in your video editing and just make your life easier, I would recommend going for this mouse. But again, if you're very finicky about quality and you want a product that works consistently, which is the way you should be buying, then I wouldn't recommend this mouse So you are better off with a traditional mouse, and just go with a company that has a good reputation in quality control. So that is that, and that basically sums up with for this review. Now hopefully you can make the right decision of purchasing a mouse, and if you did like this video, you know the drill, what to do. And if you like this channel, and if you think this channel has the potential, please check the link below to support this channel. I'll be really grateful, and it'll be highly appreciable. So and you can follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, and links in the description. And if you like crafts, especially weapons like this, follow Homemade Crafts. That's my secondary channel, and that's pretty much it. And I'll see you soon in my next one, guys. Till then, peace.